what was your business like at the beginning before like the pandemic was the pandemic? So like January, February, what did business look like?
Before the pandemic, it was normal, I guess you could say, to use one word. We were growing, always getting busier, slowly growing, and in control. It was easier to plan things. You could set a plan and say, this is our, goal for what we're doing tomorrow, or maybe next week, or next month, or over the next couple of months. So before it all happened, it was, you had an idea or a sense of what was going to happen in the future and what you were going to do about it and make a plan for it.
So what happened? How did you know like the pandemic was like real and it was going to affect
phone stopped ringing. The pandemic became very real when the phone stopped ringing.
Okay. Explain.
Literally. The governor made an announcement, hey, we're going to do this quarantine stuff and we're going to wear masks and all these, protocols. And the phone stopped ringing. And if the phone rang, the only time it rang was somebody who had already purchased something from us and they were calling to say, hey, you guys are coming to my house in 2 weeks, don't come. So that's when it became very real. And it was very, very quiet around the office where it normally was this noisy, active place. What
did you do as the leader in the company? What did it like?
Oh, try not to panic. No, try not to panic. I'm very fortunate. I have 2 business partners. So we all kind of divided and conquered.
Panicking? No.
Yeah. We'd all go in a room and panic and cry on each other's shoulders and then come back and try to play normal. No, we all kind of divided and conquered, which was what we do with everything that we do in business. So one of us literally sat in the office watching the news and all the reports and going online to determine if there was going to be government assistance, how to go about getting it, and what to apply for and when and how. So we were very much ahead of the curve with that. It's probably one of the most important things we did. But I was then responsible for 9 sales guys that are commission only.
Oh no.
Right? And so I had to develop some sort of a plan to allow them to still be able to feed their families and pay their mortgages and stuff like that. So we became chameleons. For a while, we started going out and sanitizing and disinfecting people's homes.
Because that was like your pivot. Because you're like, this is what's needed right now.
That was our pivot, yeah. The phones weren't ringing, so the sales guys weren't getting opportunities to go in people's homes. And so I had to create opportunities with really a product that we were using anyways, which was a naturally occurring botanical product that we would fog in people's homes to kill mold. Well, we also learned after reading the instructions of it that it was a natural virucide as well.
Nice.
Made out of rosemary and thyme oil. And we're like, oh, we can disinfect people's homes.
Yeah.
So that's what we did for quite a while. And things started slowly coming back.
Nice.
Yeah.
So, okay, so you guys basically made do during the pandemic. And why do you think you're still here today? Because most businesses, not most, but a lot of businesses are not here today.
We're still here today because, well, like I said, we have 3 business partners. So it allows us individually to focus more directly on one thing and be very good at it, rather than me having to worry about everything in the company being a sole owner. We can divide and conquer. But I think all 3 of us have the attitude of just, you never quit. I mean, no matter what, you don't quit. So I think that was part of it that got us through it. Yeah.
Okay. You're getting teary-eyed?
Well, yeah.
I thought maybe there's something bothering your eyes. I would give you a hug. I want a hug.
Virtual hug.
Virtual hug.
Yeah. So, no, you just don't quit.
Yeah. Okay, so here we are today. We're still in the pandemic. We still have, you know, I still don't think the worst has hit us as a economic, over here in the US at least, economically it hasn't.
Very possible. Yeah.
Yep. So I think there's going to be a second wave of layoffs and stuff that's going to happen. And it could even just be, even if it's just like a fear of, I hope I'm 100% wrong.
Yeah.
I'm praying I'm 100% wrong. Besides not giving up, what are some things that either you guys have put in place into your business or you have seen other people put in place in their business that you could share with our listeners and our viewers to consider?
I'll be honest with you. I'd like to sit here and say we had some magic wand that we said, here's what fixed it. But it was a multitude, many different things happened. Virginia lifted some of the stay-at-home action right about the same time we set a record for being over 90 degrees for 27 days straight. And our company fixes uncomfortable homes.
Yeah.
With people being home all the time, where they used to go to work and to school and leave the home during the day, which is when the hottest part of the day is, in their homes, they're now stuck in their homes and realizing, oh my God, I forgot how bad this house sucks. And so that, and then right after all the heat waves stopped, it started to rain. And we do basement waterproofing. So I got to tell you, Mother Nature played a lot of the comeback. I mean, just everything happened at the same time. The stay-at-home order being lifted slightly to be able to start going out and having people go out.
So it helped people get more comfortable.
It helped people become more comfortable with allowing us to come into their homes, right? We're still doing all these things like wearing masks and disinfecting and so on and so forth, and taking all the CDC guidelines that actually we normally do, because our guys wear that attire while they're working anyways, because we're in hospitable areas. But when that started to allow people to feel more comfortable letting us in, it got hot and then it rained. I mean, I got to say, I don't know that we did anything miraculous to make it change or better, as we're not out of this, but to make it better, we really didn't do anything, honestly.
You say that, but I think it's the fact that you're still around though.
Well, we did, believe it or not, increase our marketing.
Yeah.
During the pandemic, when everybody was sitting at home.
Expanded when everybody was contracting.
We expanded our marketing. We took a gamble and a risk to spend more money on marketing because people were sitting at home.
Yeah.
Looking for these things.
Yeah.
We increased our search engine optimization budget. We practically, I don't want to say double, but we probably did a 50% increase on our marketing budget.
Wow, that's awesome.
So that I think while the people were sitting at home trying to figure out why in the world their top floor was too hot or why their basement had this mildew odor, they found us.
Tell me, or not me, but tell the listeners, what is it that you do?
What does our company do?
/ 3 Pros Basement
So we have two
Systems.
brands. Our company's got two brands. Comfenergy fixes uncomfortable homes. So you have certain areas, my top floor is too hot, my basement's cold, my living room's cold and drafty, I have cold floors, I dust too much, my energy bills are high. Anything inside of that house to make it more comfortable, energy efficient, and healthier is what we do.
Okay.
Outside of heating and air conditioning. Never doing that again.
Well, a lot of people think that it's a heating and air conditioning problem.
They do. Many people do. Very simply put, here's what I tell people. If your furnace or air conditioner is broken, call a heating and air conditioning guy. If it's operational and you have any other of those other complaints, comfort, energy, or indoor air quality, that's where we come into play. That's what we would do. We'd evaluate the building envelope, or the house, in other words, air sealing and insulation, to determine, and we show you. Here's your problem.
You got this cool like little gun.
Yeah, we use thermal imaging and all kinds of hygrometers and air velocity meters and all these different things.
Yeah.
And use building science to show the homeowner.
Scientifically, this is what's going on.
There ain't no guessing game.
Yeah.
Look, see that, and the homeowner goes, "Oh my goodness!" Right. And then the other brand that we have is 3 Pros Basement Systems. So we do basement and crawl space waterproofing, moisture and mold control, humidity control, things like that. We also do some foundation support stuff. So if you have cracks in the basement wall or walls that are bowing in because of the dirt being pushing the wall in, we correct those types of problems.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's cool.
It's been a natural progression.
Yeah. You might. Okay, so 6 months, 12 months, 18 months from now, where do you see yourselves as a company?
Wow. That's a great question.
Or whatever you're comfortable with sharing.
I got to tell you, if we continue the way that we are now, I feel that in the next year or two, we'll almost double in size again.
Wow.
From sales revenue to people, to facilities and trucks and everything. What's interesting, we didn't get to, during the pandemic, the light switch turned off, no phone calls coming in. We normally handle 250 to 270 leads per month before the pandemic. Pandemic happens, I don't even want to tell you what those numbers were, but coming out, we're at like 450 per month. It's unbelievable.
That's amazing.
And I'm hearing that from a lot of home service companies because people are at home.
Yeah.
And they're investing in their home. I have a feeling that many people won't go back to work, not even if they don't lose their jobs. They'll just, I think there's companies out there that are probably saying to themselves, why do we even have an office? I mean, we're able to get through this without having to worry about people coming to and from work, which would be nice for all of us because we don't have to drive through all this Northern Virginia traffic.
I know, driving into work lately, for me, I love it.
It's awesome.
No traffic.
I know, it's awesome.
We're both in the same part of town.
Yeah. We're Western Loudon people, and driving to Sterling every day now takes a half hour where it was an hour or more easily.
Yeah, now it's like a 15-minute ride in.
So there's some benefits to it.
If you can call it
that. If you can
right?
call it that, yeah. There's some good things to look at, I suppose, yeah. So.
All right, so if you could help somebody reset a negative frame of mind, maybe they're not where they want to be, or something. What would you say to them? Like, what would be your encouragement or words of wisdom from Justin Dobson?
To reset, I mean, you can't change yesterday, right? The only thing you can do to change the future is now, right? So you have to change now. Don't quit. And if you've been thinking about trying something different or new, do it. There's no reason not to. Do it. If it doesn't work, go back to what you were doing before, right? But at least give it a shot. You'll never know until you at least give it a shot. So, yeah, that would be it.
You're like a teddy bear. I want to come hug you right now.
Why?
I don't know. You're just like, your eyes are kind of like watery a little bit, and you're like giving that powwow, like, go do it.
What do you want me to say?
I love it. It's
Passion.
perfect.
Yeah.